I'm Howard Miller, Mayor of Saratoga, and today we're making a video because we can't meet in person for the State of the City address. But this video will still highlight some of what's gone on in the last year within Saratoga. Now, we can't meet because of the COVID-19 crisis, so let me talk a little bit about what the city's done to respond to COVID-19. In this unprecedented time, our city's pulled together to support one another. This is uncharted territory for everyone. What the city's been able to do with our limited resources, if we allocated over $200,000 to support some of the core organizations within our city. We provided money for our senior center. They changed their ride program to be a food delivery, medicine delivery, and emergency transportation organization. We provided money to West Valley Community Services. They provide our local food bank, but they also provide support for those that are having issues paying their utility bills or paying rent. We provided money to our Chamber of Commerce so that they could remain in operation supporting the businesses in these trying times. We provided money to Hakone Gardens so that they could continue to preserve our historic Japanese garden. We provided money to several other nonprofit organizations throughout the city and throughout the area. We even have partnered with the county to provide housing for those who are homeless who need to quarantine in this trying time. To support local businesses, we immediately passed an emergency ordinance allowing city businesses to move into the city parking lots in the village. We fought with Caltrans for 2 months, and we finally gained permission to put our businesses into the parking spaces on Highway 9, Big Basin Way. And within less than 2 weeks, we acquired barricades and businesses started setting up shop within the street. And I hope you had an opportunity to frequent these businesses. We are only going to save our businesses if we're willing to go down there and spend our money to help them stay afloat. In addition, we recently passed a waiver on our business license fees. If your business has been affected by COVID, you don't have to pay your business license right now. We'll catch up with you in 6 months when things are going again and you can afford to pay your business license fee. So COVID has been a challenge. We have pulled together as a city, we have pulled together as a community, and we've all done a little bit to help make things a little bit more tolerable for COVID. Regionally, the Valley Transit Authority for 2 months provided free transportation. All buses and light rails on their reduced schedules were all free for all riders. In addition, Silicon Valley Clean Energy has provided $10 million of community relief. That works out in many different buckets, but the ones that were interesting is $100 to citizens who have difficulty paying their utility bills and $250 to small businesses, a short application that mostly has 6 lines where to send you the check. We've done, and the region has done, a lot of things to try and help mitigate the problems caused by COVID-19. Another important issue within our city is fire safety. First, you've all heard that PG&E will continue the power safety shutoffs again this year. They have an ambitious plan, which unfortunately is going to take 5 more years to better secure our lines, better segment our lines, and better monitor the weather so they can do more targeted power shutoffs. So what does that mean for us? Well, the city has recently designated our library as a shelter for these PSP events. In addition, you as a citizen need to be prepared as well. This means that you need to prepare to have food that doesn't require electricity to cook. Okay, some of us will use our barbecues, some of us are just going to eat cold meals, and a lot of us are just going to go visit grandma for the week. But one way or the other, please be prepared. Speaking of being prepared, we ask every citizen to make sure that they have defensible space around their house. Everyone has received this convenient flyer that describes the defensible space requirements. If you have any issues, please feel free to contact the city or our fire department. In addition, our city created a fire safety task force. One of their key recommendations is that we as a city pursue the fire-wise community. Think of this as neighborhood watch, but for fire preparedness. This is beyond just taking care of your 100 feet, but organizing as neighborhoods and communities to make sure that your neighborhood is safe. And as they would say, we're the ones who cause the fires, we're the ones who can prevent the fires. So it's incumbent upon us to take the steps to be safe. If people are interested in becoming a FireWise community, the FireSafe Council, whom we've partnered with for the last 6 or 7 years, can help. In addition, just so you remember, the FireSafe Council installed their first fire break in Santa Clara County here in Saratoga, and they continue to provide our citizens free chipping services. In our city, we take upon a large number of capital improvement projects. These are opportunities to improve our city. The first capital project I want to talk about is known to everyone, Prospect Road. This project is a big deal for Saratoga because we received over $6 million, the largest grant in the city's history, to renovate that road. So 2019, we completed phase 1. And if you take a look, the road is now much safer for pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorists. In addition, the road's been beautified. Look at these gorgeous medians. Next year in 2021, we're going to do the final phase, phase 2. We're going to finish the medians that weren't completed at the ends, and we're going to make a few other traffic safety improvements. Speaking of roads, every year Saratoga spends $2 million renovating our existing roads. Some of the projects are deep and involved and require many months of work. McFarland Avenue in the Quito neighborhood is an example of that. But we're going from one of the worst roads in the city to an absolutely gorgeous road. Many roads in our city will receive a micro seal. This is a long-wearing surface that protects the integrity of the road and minimizes our long-term repair costs. On the fun side, we had a project this year that was initiated by the citizens of the city, and that was to install an official city clock in our village. This project was amazing because the citizens of Saratoga and the businesses here, in a matter of 2 months, raised all the money for this amazing project. Another capital project that I'm extremely proud of is this. We are at the new entrance to the Saratoga Senior Center. For years, our seniors entered through the side of the building. Now they can enter through this beautiful, newly landscaped, ADA-compliant entrance to the building. Years in the making, but a wonderful addition to our city facilities. Another capital improvement project is the intersection of Allendale and Fruitvale Avenue. With Redwood Middle School there and the community college, traffic has always been a problem at that intersection, but in particular, pedestrian safety. Large number of middle school students traverse this intersection every day, and I'm proud to announce that we've changed the entire intersection to help shorten the distances of which the kids have to cross to get across the street. This should help make this a safer interchange for everyone. And finally, a project that's near and dear to me, started over 50 years ago. There was a vision about being able to hike from Saratoga to the Pacific Ocean. Almost 40 years ago, the Skyline to the Sea Trail was completed, and the Saratoga to Skyline segment was left as a dream. 12 years ago, when I got onto the council, I worked with County Parks and Mid-Penn Open Space District, and we acquired what is now known as Quarry Park. Saratoga, in conjunction with the Mid-Penn Open Space District and the County Parks, has partnered, and in the last 3 years, we have built the final segment, which will connect Quarry Park up and over the mountains and down to Sanborn Park. From Sanborn Park, there are 2 different trails you can take to Skyline, and then from Skyline and Castle Rock, you can complete your hike for the trail to the sea. This is an under 40-mile hike, so you're probably going to bring a backpack, or you're going to do each segment on its own day, and you can camp at several spots along the way. Sanborn Park, Castle Rock Park, and then several other parks on the way down to the ocean. Every year we undertake capital projects. The planning process starts in December when the final list of projects has been delivered. Staff works up recommendations, and in our budget cycle, we fund the next year's projects. Speaking of our budget, the Saratoga City budget's about $23 million a year. And while that may sound a lot compared to our household budgets, for a city of 30,000, that is one of the smallest per capita budgets in all of Santa Clara County, and in fact, the entire Bay Area. We make good use of the money that we have to fulfill the needs of our citizens. So I want to just tell everybody, in the COVID crisis, we didn't start planning for a crisis. We've planned for the last 12 years to be able to weather any financial or economic storm that could befall the city. And I'm proud to announce that through the COVID situation, we have laid off no staff. We've eliminated no city services. City services have changed in many ways. Things are now online, but our parks remain open. Our building department remains open. You can build a house, you can get a building inspection, you can get help with problems in your neighborhoods, and as I mentioned, you're seeing your roads paved. I'm proud to announce that we're rolling out a new platform. The program is Community Insights. It's by a company called ClearGov. And this month, you will be able to go to the city website and you'll be able to get a wealth of financial information about how the city manages its money. So this will help everybody understand a little more detail how finances work within our municipal government. Every city defines their vision of who they are in a document called their general plan. The general plan has many sections. Think of those as chapters in a book. This year we are updating our open space, our circulation, and our land use elements. We are making no policy changes. We're making no dramatic changes to the character of city in those elements. However, next year, in 2021, the city is going to be tasked by the state of California to find a way to place nearly 2,000 affordable housing units within Saratoga in the next 8 years. This will have an impact on the character of Saratoga. The question is how? And to do that properly, we need citizens to be engaged. There's no way out of this, but we collectively can come up with an optimal solution that preserves the unique characteristics of our city while fulfilling our obligations to the state and the surrounding area to be able to house more people affordably within the city limits. Please visit the city website to find out more about our general plan update process, and please find a way to spend a little time to be engaged with the future of Saratoga. So looking to the future, let me talk about my future. After 12 years on the City Council, I feel that I have done my fair share. A lot has been accomplished in those 12 years, and I have a lot of proud and fond memories. Not everything has worked out the way one would hope, but a lot of things are better than one could have imagined. We have one of the strongest city finances in any city in Santa Clara County. We are soon to open the Saratoga to the Sea Trail. We finally, after decades, have improved Prospect Road. We've grown our city road budget from less than $1 million to now over $2 million to care for our roads, our sidewalks, and our curbs and gutters. There's a lot that's happened in my time on the City Council, and the world around Saratoga has changed. But yet during that time, we have managed to preserve the unique character and charm of Saratoga in this ever-changing world. And with that, I want to conclude by thanking the citizens of Saratoga for your support over the last 12 years, and I look forward to being a citizen at the next movie night.